It's been a day. I'm so fucked up. I'm eating glizzy hot dog. Taco glizzy. Yo, somebody patented. If y'all were watching stream earlier, I got stranded for 3 hours. I got stranded for 3 hours in West Virginia today. This guy eating a glizzy on taco. I sure am. This is my first meal home. This is my victory meal. I genuinely got stranded. I basically crashed my car, bro. Causing me to get stranded in West Virginia. How the did you crash? I just had too much in the car, bro, and it was falling on me and it was hitting me. I kept trying to fix it. One of the times I tried to fix it, I looked this way to push it up. Suddenly I feel the car and then I'm in a ditch. Like, I've never driven in a ditch. I didn't even ride bikes in a ditch as a kid. I'm just in a ditch. I was in the ditch. I'm still driving the car. I thought I was dead. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was over. I was like I'm about to fucking die. Like, this is the end of step. Cause I'm on a mountain and I'm on like a town that's at like the peak of the mountain. It's kind of like flat-ish. And I'm like, okay, I'm about to die. If I go too far off this ditch, there's no more ditch. And I ditched my life goodbye. After I crashed into the ditch, I turned the wheel to get my out of the ditch. And then my car's still driving. So I'm like, oh, my car is fine. And I'm in my head like, oh, I'm alive. Then my car feels weird. So I pull over. I pull over like the nearest shoulder. When I pulled over, there is a guy, an older white man on a 4-wheeler. He pulls up on me and he's like, it's your axle, your wheels tilted, your back passenger wheels tilted. So if y'all don't know what a messed up axle looks like, hold on, bro. If my wasn't this bad, I would have died, actually. My was more kind of like this. Not that bad, thank the Lord. Again, if it was that bad, I would have been cooked. L driver. Wow. Now we can say that this is my car. This was not my car, but we'll say that that was my car. Basically, after I crashed the car, more like a little accident, right? The guy came up behind me. I got out the car to check it myself. I saw it, boom, bop, boom. It's like, okay, my car is cooked. Time I'm finna get home. He's like, this isn't a safe spot to pull up. Pull up at this store over here. Follow me. I'm like, all right, let me follow this guy, bro. Imagine he set you up. I'm in a small town at the top of a mountain. All of this is important. All of this is important because you got to be where my head was. So essentially, I follow him. He pulls up to the post office. I pull up to the post office. The first thing he says, like, he repeated himself. He's like, it's the back axle. He's talking fast, heavy accent. He's like, it's the back axle. He shook my hand. It was like, but you really came out that ditch though. Like, you did some good driving back there. I was really hoping you'd come up out the ditch, because if you ain't come up out that ditch, it was over for me. Like, today. The moment he shook my hand, I'm like, I get to live to see another day. We're good, right? That's how I felt. I was like, okay, I'm not finna shake the hand of somebody. I'm about to, so we're good, right? We'll see. After that, he was like, my buddy up the road might be able to jack your car up so we can see if we can get your wheel fixed or not. If you want, you can follow me. I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm like, at this point, if I get kidnapped because I can't get home and I break down somewhere else, fuck it. Like, I might as well get kidnapped here. So, and I follow him to his buddy's house. When I get to his buddy's house, there's nobody but me, him, and I believe the neighbor. And he's telling the neighbor about it and everything. We're sitting there, we're waiting. It's just the three of us. We're talking. They are really talking, but I'm there waiting, right? We bend down to look at the car. When we look at the car, they're like, oh, it's the bar, it's bent. I didn't know what the bar was at the time. I didn't know what they were talking about, but it wasn't my axle, so it was just a bent bar. So I was like, okay, and then my tire was leaking air, so I was like, okay, I got a flat fucking tire and my bar's bent, so I gotta buy a tire and I have to buy that bar or get that bar fixed. I'm fucking screwed. I'm dead. It's over. Gee, I live here now. Welcome to town, Steph. A car pulls up. I think it's the person we're waiting for. No, car full of three a little bit older than me, white guys. So now the ratio is 5 dudes to 1 Steffi. And I'm like, okay. Then another car pulls up. Okay. So I'm at this person's house that I don't know on this house was hard to reach, by the way. It was like on a back road, and then there was like 2 metal bars and a very narrow bridge in order to get there. No disrespect to whoever made that. Then another car pulls up. This one had like 4 people in it. So I'm like, oh, this is how I go, huh? This is how I go out. This was a setup. They're making jokes to each other because they know each other. Like, small town, they're friends. And bro's making a joke. He's like, yo, you want to buy a phone? I booted up.
Want to buy a phone?
It was, oh my God, it was this part.
James sold me one last night. I got it so cheap. I don't need no passcode.
You want to buy a car? You want to buy a phone? You want to buy a car? No, I'm like, are they talking about my stuff? Are they saying they're gonna sell my items? Are they gonna rob me? They weren't gonna rob me. I just was not listening. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. At this point, I'm like in my head, like I just need to stay as calm as possible and vibe. So the guy that brought me here, we're gonna call him four-wheeler, bro. There's about like 10-ish, 8 to 10 people around me right now. None of them are the guy we were waiting on. None of them. So can't even get the car looked at yet. The guy on the four-wheeler, he's telling everybody the story. He was like, I was right proud of him. The way he drove up out that ditch. He drove pretty good for a black guy.
Oh, yeah. You held her down, though. I seen the front wheel spin. I said, black and right, bro. I said, ain't a bad job for a black guy. I damn, he'd hold her down.
There it was, bro. I was like, fuck. Bro, I thought it was fucking over. In that situation, you just gotta agree. I didn't say nothing but laugh. This is the guy that shook my hand. So I'm like, I feel like he's not trying to be racist or anything. They say that very shortly after bro pulls up. Some people asking me questions. There was one person that came through that was really eyeballing my car. They were like, you selling all that stuff?
What's that?
Wait, you selling all that shit?
Nah, I'm from Detroit, but I moved in with my aunt for like a year, and she was like, come down here, get your life together, stuff like that. So I moved down to North Carolina, so I was just coming back.
Nigga, you did not explain anything. Because my car was fucking packed. Like, I have tents, but my tents aren't going to block things packed to the window. He's like, you selling all that stuff? You into the Pokemon stuff and all that? And I'm like, yeah, I just got out of my storage unit up north. I wasn't selling it. I was moving back down to North Carolina. Brody was eyeballing the car. Essentially, the guy gets there. We all bent down and we saw that the bar was bent. The actual guy who was supposed to be working on the car looks at it. He's like, that's the back car. It's bent. So we need to get that tire off, heat it up, and get locked in. So after that, the guy on the four-wheeler asked the mechanic guy, can you help him? He was like, yeah, I got him. So four-wheeler guy was about to leave me. He was like, look, when you get out your car, lock the door. Don't leave anything important in your car. He was like, don't leave your car. Don't leave any of this stuff, all that shit. And I'm like, damn, like, are these niggas gonna rob me? He ends up leaving. Another group of the guys left, so it was like 3 to 4 dudes that leave. And then they open the garage. They opened the garage where they were gonna work on my car, and guess what we saw? Any guesses? A dead body. Nope. Crackheads. Guns. Nope. I was expecting a gun. They had a Confederate flag on their garage wall, a huge one. I'm standing there. I look at it. I looked at my fucking phone camera because I'm still live at this point. My signal's horrendous, but I'm still alive at this point. So I look at that. I look at my phone camera. I instantly send Jazzy my location and tell her what the fuck is happening, bro. I mean, it's West Virginia, yes, but bro, West Virginia was part of the Union. The fucky? Look, bro, everyone has a Confederate flag in the South. West Virginia is not the South. West Virginia is not considered the South. So at this point, I'm in my head like, just because they have the Confederate flag doesn't mean that they're terrible people. That's where my head's at. Definitely thought I was about to die a couple times, but I pulled my car in, they jack it up. Once it's jacked up, we can see the bar. It's bent bad. I should have took a picture. We can blowtorch this and they hit it with a hammer to get it straight. So they did that. They started with it or whatever. They got it, but they didn't get it like super straight. Not straight enough to where I could have potentially gotten home, right? 2 more guys showed up. I don't know where they came from. They kind of just appeared. There was actually more than a couple of guys that just like showed up randomly. After the other guys showed up, they started to help the main mechanic dude. So they threw the car stand. I don't know. They threw one of those on my car. They tried the blowtorch method a couple more times and it wasn't working. So they were like, that's about as straight as we can get right now, but you can't drive like this. You might have to buy a whole new part. One of them tried to call the place to see if they could get the part. Couldn't get the part. It was $80 and it would have to get there tomorrow. So I was like, damn, okay. Is there anything else we could do? So the mechanic guy's like, I have a friend in town. I can go see if he's at his shop. He has a press. If he's there, we can heat it up and then we can press it. Not the worst idea I've ever heard. So that's what I thought we were going to do. I was like, okay, while you go do that, I'm going to keep calling places. So I called the Acura dealership. They wanted $250 for the piece I needed. And the piece we thought it was wasn't even what it was. 200. $250 something. I wasn't paying $200 for that. Plus it was like a 30-minute drive away. So that's an hour. Like, nah, bro. I called place to place. Like, I hear the 250, so I'm calling O'Reilly's. I'm calling AutoZone. I'm calling Napa Auto Parts. I'm calling Advanced Auto. Like, I'm calling everybody. And not a single one worked, bro. Every auto parts store I called, I gotta order it. One of them even told me they couldn't order it at all. It was GG's on buying the new part. But while I was calling those places, one of the guys that was there earlier in the first car came back. He was like, y'all try this. He passed them a better blowtorch, one that could get real hot. They passed them the blowtorch. That blowtorch was crazy. I would say it was like 2 upgrades off from a flamethrower. Pretty darn good blowtorch in my opinion. So they pull out the blowtorch or whatever. They started like pushing like the bar back in place. It wasn't working, so they took the bar off. Once they took the bar off, he got on there. He started like going at it with the torch or whatever, and then he was like, go grab a sledgehammer. So bro went to go look for a sledgehammer, couldn't find the sledgehammer, so he grabbed an axe and he used the blunt side of the axe as a sledgehammer. And after they heated it up, they kept punching it until they got it straight. At a certain point, they put it on like cinder blocks instead of just like on the concrete, and then continued to do that, bro. And they got that bitch straight. I asked them at that point, I was like, how much do I owe you guys or whatever? And they were like, however much you want to give us. And I was like, I'm not paying y'all shit. That's not true. I did pay them. I paid them about like, part was $250. I paid them $100 less of that. They put the bar back on. Afterwards, they helped me clean my bumper. They cleaned my tire. They fixed my tire leak. My tire was only leaking because I think that it was angled improperly, and so they helped with that. But if they hit you with the no charge, then rob you. They fixed like damn near everything. Like the little ditch that I fell in, the only thing that's like reminiscent of that now my car has like a little like scrape on like the passenger tail light, but that's really it. And then the bumper didn't go back on all the way, but it's basically on there all the way. Like it's essentially on there all the way. I sent them the money on Cash App. They said thank you. The one guy that I really felt didn't fuck with me, like came back up to me and started asking me about my day and everything, and like where I was from after I paid them. He was like, I really appreciate you paying us. And I was like, yeah man, of course. I'm not gonna lie y'all, there was no way I wasn't paying them. Like, even if they never asked, I was going to pay them. You're telling me I would have had to go buy an entire part and either figure it out myself or like get a real mechanic? Shit, I'm about to go to West Virginia for them to just work on my shit anyway. Hey, I found a new mechanic in the hills.